hopes and dreams last year. That's the Bucs. It's Sunday on Fox. A lot of attention will obviously be on the quarterbacks. You got Jalen Hurts. You got Baker Mayfield. Now, Jalen Hurts was without several of his superstars, Lane Johnson, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. None of them practiced yesterday. Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, he's had some great games this year. He's had some bad games this year. Going to the Eagles' all-time rushing
one bad game.
First.
Just one.
This one, no doubt about it.
Not multiple.
Shady, who would you rather have Sunday? Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield?
What we talking about? We serious?
It's a question.
What?
It's a question.
I'm going to take Jalen Hurts. I'm going to take the better quarterback, the better player. I'm going to take the winner. I could just name so many different things while I would take him. I want to take the all-pro player, not the third alternate Pro Bowler. Like, there's just so many things I could just talk about. Baker Mayfield? Now, if we was talking commercials, though, I'm definitely taking Baker first, for sure. I just think that, Jalen can do more, right? Throw the ball, he can run the ball. He finds ways to win. You don't make excuses, right? I've seen Jalen play terrible, and he finds ways to get better and better each week, right? As much as we want to talk about Jalen, maybe some of the turnovers or interceptions, right? He finds ways to keep fighting and try the way to win, and he always does that. So I'm going to take Jalen Hurts. And another thing I like about Jalen is, he always wants to, revenge, right? He don't really talk about it, but you can see his demeanor. Like, don't forget, they did beat us in the playoffs twice. Yeah, twice.
32-9.
People forget about that.
Oh,
yeah.
Jalen Hurts' first playoff
His
loss.
first play in
Lost
last
to the
year.
Bucs in
Yeah,
last
Jalen don't forget. He don't forget now. He might not talk about it, but you know my sources. You know it's crazy. My Eagle sources. You know that.
Yeah.
And he's ready for the redeem himself.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Chase, who'd you rather have quarterback?
It's easy.
He want the all-pro player. He don't want the third alternate Pro Bowler.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, you want the third alternate Pro Bowler?
I want Baker Mayfield this Sunday. You know why? Quarterbacks are a win stat, right? Winning is a quarterback stat, right? That's what we agree?
Yes, sir, I believe.
Okay, I'm going to take the guy who is 8-3
That's what Jalen
in their last 11 games, not the guy who's 3-7 in their last 10 games with Jalen Hurts. I'm going to go with the winner. I think that Baker is playing good ball. It's undeniable right now. He ranks 3rd in the NFL over the last 11 games win-loss. He ranks 9th in the NFL in pass yards per game. Total touchdowns the last 11 games, 25. He's playing better football right now. Let's be real. You're without Devontae Smith. You're no Lane Johnson. You're no A.J. Brown. Okay? It doesn't mean that I think Baker is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. I think Baker for this Sunday, because the question was, who would you rather have Sunday? Baker Mayfield. Okay? Talk about Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Mike Evans leads the NFL in receiving yards since entering the NFL in 2014. The dude's had 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. This Sunday, I want Baker.
Hey, Chase, real quick. Hey, I have so much football to watch for my job, right?
For my job. We part of your job, dog. We on your team.
We like it.
Did Mike play last week?
Mike Evans? Yeah, he played.
Did Chris Godwin play last week?
Yes, he did.
Oh, they play? Oh. Okay.
Why are you asking?
Because they got smoked and he played terrible last week. I don't know. He said he's talking about the last 11 games. I just know the last game he played, he looked like the old Baker I knew.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is crazy that this is...
Don't change.
This is crazy that this is a question.
Ain't it crazy, though? It's crazy, you know?
Crazy that...
It's with the New Orleans and beat them dudes without Devontae Smith, without A.J. Brown. We still asking these questions, though.
It's crazy that this is even a question and that really these two dudes are even, like, in the same conversation.
That is crazy.
That just sounds crazy.
It's crazy to me, too.
That's crazy. Hold on, man. When you say Hurts, All-Pro Hurts,
All-Pro Hurts.
into the Super Bowl Hurts,
Two MVP voted
and
Hurts.
then you say Baker Mayfield.
Good commercials.
Kind of journeyman, right? Been on 4 different teams, journeyman.
Number 1 pick, journeyman is crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
Sometimes.
Number 1, imagine this, James, real quick. Number 1 pick, journeyman sounds crazy.
And he ain't even really that old.
He ain't even 30 yet.
Gosh,
what you got? 30 yet.
And I know that you be creating these questions, man. And sometimes when AJ calls me, I'm like, it's Acho.
Yeah, I do the same with my producer.
I know Acho asking this question. But
I know you're going with. I know you're going, my boy.
Give me Baker, man. Give me Baker.
Oh, Lord. 2 against 1. Hey, Otto, you better not say Baker.
Give me Baker, man.
Shady's going to freak out.
Quarterback is about being consistent, right? That is what it is for me. Wow. The last 10 games, Baker has been way more consistent.
Way better, too.
And I'm on this side of the table, so I've been taught how to use graphics.
I didn't use one today.
I was self-aware. I was self-aware. I didn't use
But
one.
when I look at this graphic right here,
Lord.
We got to do more.
Jalen Hurts in the last 10 games has been real inconsistent.
10 games.
Baker Mayfield has been really consistent.
Inconsistent, I would say.
And
Hurts.
you're asking me for this Sunday, not career, not whole season, for this Sunday, give me the guy that's been more consistent in Baker Mayfield and playing at a higher level, and he has his playmakers out there with him. I'm taking Baker Mayfield this.
That's all you need is
I just want to ask,
anything else.
why do you always like go back to like last year and this? Why do you always like combine together? I'm just curious. Why do you guys do that?
He's playing good. And he said this Sunday.
No, but I'm
I-
asking why.
2-1 this year. It's not like he's played bad.
All I'm asking you guys is this: why do y'all always go back to like last year's game this year? Because you have a whole like years over last year, right? Do you have a whole training camps? You have all these different things. Then you have a new team. So I was wondering why.
I just go off of how it looks. Last year, Jalen Hurts wasn't playing well, right? And if you ask me this year, they're finding ways to win, and he was finding ways to win last year. They started 10-0, but he wasn't playing well. It's the same signs this year. They finding ways to win a couple games, but he's still not playing well. So when I roll that stuff in, I'm seeing the same player from this year to last year.
That's why you. So you just go this year 2-5.
I mean, like it's years, different teams, different coordinators, different coaching. So I never would compare myself from last year and put it together with this year. I never would do that. It's 2 different years.
So can I ask you?
Different linemen, different receivers, all type of stuff. But I'm not saying they're wrong. I didn't understand it, so you just told me that.
So can I ask you a question then? So if you're going off of that philosophy, then Baker Mayfield in your eyes should be a legit quarterback because you shouldn't be thinking about last year. Because if you're watching Baker Mayfield this year playing football, he's playing phenomenal football this
I
year.
wouldn't say phenomenal. He won a game in Detroit. That was a good win, but he wasn't like phenomenal.
But they're winning games because of him.
You said phenomenal, right?
Yes, I did.
I watched him last game. He did not look phenomenal at all. He looked like the regular Baker that I've known for a couple years.
If you're just looking this year, though, Shady, would you suggest that Baker's playing better than Jalen just this year? Baker's obviously got 6 passing touchdowns, 2 picks. Jalen has struggled in every game, if we're being honest. Shout out to him for finding ways to win. Against the Packers, he throws 2 interceptions, middle of the seam into a middle field coverage.
Right.
Obviously, he ends the game against the Falcons throwing a pick to Jesse Bates. Last week against the Saints, he had 2 turnovers, no touchdowns. So if you're just looking at this year, why do you have such confidence in Jalen?
Maybe it's because I know what type of player that Jalen is. I know what type of player Baker is. I've seen Jalen get better each year. I've seen Jalen not throw the ball well, but then find a way to win a game by his legs. I seen him do it. I seen him take a team, right? Because I'm all about equity. I'm all about what have you done in this league, right? So I always go year to year. That's how I grade players. And over the years to years basis, I watched this guy take his team. First of all, before I get to the Super Bowl part of it, I watched Jalen Hurts look real super double R regular, right? And every year he's gotten better and better and better and better. And now I look at him today, it's like, yo, he did take our team to the Super Bowl. So, like, that's always in the back of my mind where I can see him taking our team to the playoffs. No matter how bad it look, we always will be in the playoffs. And we're not barely getting in. We're not in the weakest division of football. We're not that.
So you don't go 1 year, you go every year.
It's equity for him.
I go every year basis, look at every season.
You get better.
Right. But I just don't add because he's adding the last 11
Like,
games.
it's arbitrary.
But I'm just saying, if you watch Baker play last year, he played better than Jalen Hurts last year, in my humble opinion, at the quarterback. Coming into this season, he's playing better than he's playing better than Jalen Hurts this season in the first 3 weeks of the season. So my thing is we can't have that for certain players and not for certain players. Like, so are you saying Baker Mayfield has to play consistently like this for 3 more years before you start saying that he a good player?
So even everything you're saying, right? But if you had to, you said this Sunday, so let's just scratch that part.
Yeah.
If you had to take one of these players, who are you going to take?
For their career, I'm taking Jalen Hurts.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's just a better quarterback, right? But if I could find there's players that I was better than, right? But if you start nitpicking about how many games they were better than me, this might be some guys you might take in front of me. You know what I'm
but not only that, that's you asking me that right now. If this season continues to go this way and you ask me this question next year, I'm taking Baker.
We got to tease
Who did you have? Real quick, who did you have?
I'm going with the all-pro dude, bro.
Hurts because he finds a way to win. That hurts. Well, you can take Baker. It don't matter.
Take the third alternate.
When we return, this weekend, simply put, is between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I can't believe we are privileged enough to watch these two play football in week 4 already. You got to wait till the playoffs for that. Right now, Ravens head coach John Harbaugh said he's grateful just to be a part of this matchup. He ain't the only one. It's game day. That's why you see us in our game day outfits. Later tonight, you got the Cowboys, Giants, but right now we're talking about the Ravens and we're talking about the Buffalo Bills. Chase, you know quarterback play, so let's talk quarterback play in the quarterback room. Who has more on the line in this epic showdown? Josh Allen, an MVP frontrunner right now, or the two-time